everybody. I just wanted to give you a few updates on how to make your Google Meet classes for online learning a little bit more efficient and streamlined and secure. You're going to go to this block on the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and here are all your host controls. So I would say not allow them to share their screen. Also, if you're having an issue with students typing inappropriate things in the chat, then go ahead and click on send chat messages or unclick it. Everything would be checked for you right now, so you just have to unselect it. To avoid students from joining your class that are not in your class, you want to have the host join before anyone else. So that means that before you join, nobody else can join. So you want to make sure that that selection is on. Otherwise, you're going to have students in the Google Meet without a teacher present in the classroom. You may want to consider one of the three selections on the bottom: meeting access type, open. No one has to ask to join your class. Anyone can dial in as well. Trusted, people can join without asking if they belong to your organization. So that means that students must have their americasfinestcharterschool.org email, and they must be signed into that email in order to log into your Google account. I would suggest that you pick the trusted selection here. Restricted is anyone who hasn't been invited must ask to join, including people who dial in. You don't want to do that because then that limits even students who have to use their phone. Just make sure that you choose the appropriate selections for your class in order to have students participate safely online during this time. So those are your host controls. So in AC, if they're not the teacher of the Google Classroom, they will not be able to make any of these changes. I would suggest that both the AC of the classroom and the classroom teacher both have access to the host controls. And then once that's selected, if you want to switch back and forth and you want to allow students to answer a question on the chat, then you simply open the chat box and then select that let everyone send messages, and then students will be able to reply to your questions. And once you want to close that window of student responses, then you go ahead and deselect it. For participants, you can add people manually through email or through phone call. If students are having a hard time logging into your class, you can go ahead and add them that way. You can mute everybody that as soon as they walk in. So if people or students are unmuting themselves, you can select all muted, and they will automatically be muted without you having to consistently ask students to mute themselves. If you would like other settings, you're going to click on the three buttons for more options that is next to the end call button. You have the option to turn on captions. I would highly recommend to turn on captions for your students. If you are turning on captions without going to the settings first, it will automatically detect your language and it will do the captions, as you can see down here. Otherwise, you can go to settings and you can go to captions and then select the language that you are speaking in. There is no way in Google Meet to translate from one language to another as you are speaking. If you want to turn them off, you simply click the CC icon next to the video button. Those are the suggestions that I would recommend for your class going forward, so everybody has a more safe and distraction-free class. Thank you, everybody.